But we first begin with political specialist Lad Egan on the local face-off in the race for governor. Lad?
Yeah, well, right out of the gate tonight, the state's response to the pandemic became a contentious issue in this gubernatorial debate, with Democratic candidate Chris Peterson criticizing Republican Lieutenant Governor Spencer Cox's position as head of the COVID response task force.
It's about saving people's lives. People's jobs are on the line. Small businesses are collapsing. And it was clear to me that our coronavirus response was careening off track. And in fact, it did careen off track.
Every time I start to feel bad about where we are as a state, I talk to my colleagues across the country, and they will tell you that Utah is doing it the right way. We're working together, and we're going to continue to lower the rate of spread of this virus and save lives.
When it comes to the question of a statewide mask mandate, Cox said he supports the current response of leaving it up to the local communities to decide. He added that mask wearing is increasing across the state. Well, Peterson, who is a law professor at the University of Utah, said he would immediately require mask wearing as a matter of law, as a way to bring the virus under control. Another big topic tonight, funding for Utah's public schools.
We have an equity problem here in the state of Utah, and we have to address that. We have to make sure that kids in rural Utah, as well as the west side of the Salt Lake Valley, get the same opportunities, the same education as kids in Park City.
We have the resources in this state to actually fund education for our kids. It's not the Democratic Party that has failed to do that. It's the majority party, and it's time for a little bit more balance, a little bit more forward thinking to try to get the job done.
Peterson went on to criticize the state's low per-pupil spending. Cox responded that Utah has increased education spending at a record pace over the last 5 years. One perennial issue that also came up was the federal government not paying taxes on public lands. That's money that could go to education. This is expected to be the last gubernatorial debate before the November election. A recent Deseret News and Hinckley Institute of Politics polls shows that Lieutenant Governor Cox has a commanding lead in this race. But Ashley, tonight's debate here for the governor's race marked by its civility and sticking to the topics, a stark contrast to the presidential debate that immediately followed.
Well, that's how we just do it here in Utah, right, Lad? Appreciate it. Thanks for that live report.